So do you want to hear something that I've actually never done before until today? I just slept for 11 hours. So I slept for like 9 hours last night, and then I've got today off work. Today's Friday, and I got up and Laura left for work, and I kind of passed out for another 2 hours. I don't know. I've kind of been on like the you don't need sleep thing, but at the exact same time you do need sleep. And if you are grinding your body into the ground, you do need to catch up on sleep. I'm not going to get into a whole sleep rampage here, but I feel so good right now. I don't feel like, I'm not upset that I slept in. I'm not upset that I went to bed early last night. I'm happy with where I'm at. So I got up this morning. I wrote out my list of things that need to get done before the end of the day, like I always do. And it's just time to start making progress on that. So yeah, I don't have to go to work today, and so I just figured I would bring you guys along for what a normal day looks like, because I was actually supposed to record this earlier this week, and that didn't happen. So now we're going to jam pack it all into one episode. Hey, what's going on, man? I just want to say thank you for supporting us ever since the beginning. I hope you don't mind. We're probably going to edit up one of your pictures and repost it on our page if that's cool with you, man.
We had a good talk last night. We kind of tried to lay out a better way to kind of get focused on releases while using that to kind of help build our content for building brand videos and stuff like that.
Yeah, so a little backstory on that. I feel like we've been 100% on the end of creating content and not necessarily focused on running the business recently. We've been doing really good with content, with actually getting out content, but it's not really tied to a release or any new shirt. We're not really pushing out product, and because ultimately at the end of the day, we are a business. We do have to make sales in order for us to keep moving forward.
And I think the amount of content we're pushing out isn't bad. It's a good thing for us to learn and what works, and that's kind of what we were trying to get after.
Which is why I'm not like panicking hardcore about it, because we did learn a lot. We've learned a lot about making videos, pictures, running little targeted, like just trying different scenarios, stuff like that. I think it is a good learning process, but we've got to figure out how to balance that more with also putting out actual clothing. With actually running the business, because our sales are great around release. So that first probably 1 to 2 weeks, our sales are great. We do very well, but then after those 2 weeks, we get random orders, and it just starts to trickle off a little bit.
Yeah. So what I think might end up happening is, so we're gonna try and do. Do you want to talk about what we're gonna do?
Go ahead. No, you're good. You're good.
What we want to try and do is kind of have a release every roughly 2 months.
To start with.
Yeah.
Now, again, this is going to go back to the content thing where it took us a while to, we're on episode 21 right now of building a brand. I still don't think we have this nailed down solid yet. But it's going to take a little bit of playing with the releases.
Yeah.
So.
But we're going to try and document, like we mapped out deadlines basically of when we need to have things pulled together. So that way our releases are coming out when we expect them to. It's not going to be like a huge, pitching of design ideas, and then it's another month before you actually see us printing anything, and it's another month before we actually release something. Like, we're gonna try and make it so it's more cohesive and the build-up is more
we've got
condensed, I guess?
We've got more of a plan now, because before it was kind of like, yeah, we'll pick out some designs whenever, we'll do this whenever, we'll make shirts whenever kind of thing. And I don't know, that was my attitude when we first started this, was to just kind of, not wing it necessarily, but kind of go off whatever I was feeling. Mm-hmm. And the more and more I get into this, the more I realize that I am the kind of person who needs a game plan. I need to have a rough idea of what I'm doing.
Yeah, so we kind of did that last night. We made a plan for a release in July.
Yes.
And then I sort of mapped out today. I went based off of the template we kind of made for that July release, and I set up for the one in September. Mm-hmm. And we've given ourselves about like a week or 2 weeks to get, you know, every checkpoint done, but that also helps us get more content, because it's like we're also planning on practicing printing a lot more, so that way we're both more comfortable with mm-hmm. working out the kinks with the press when things come up. If a screen is, you know, bigger or smaller, you know, what issues with off contact and all that kind of stuff we've run into, we want to make sure that we are prepared to address those issues every time we run into them, and it's a 5-minute fix instead of we give up on printing at night because we're frustrated and we're tired, and we'll just go back at it tomorrow.
Yeah. So that's one of the big things we've made changes to recently. We've started really planning things out with actually running the business instead of being 100% content focused. And I think we need to stay focused on content, but with this whole planned out stage, that'll give us some more things to kind of document instead of these building and brands just being us kind of filming whatever and talking to you guys. It'll be something a little bit more interactive, a little bit more brand related.
And I think we can still incorporate some of those talking segments, because it's not all going to be action.
Yeah.
I mean, ordering supplies online isn't exactly, you know, the most entertaining thing, but it's one of those things that if we are running into things and we feel like it's going well, we're going to have more to talk about.
Yeah, agreed.
Someone's tired.
I know.
Your eyes look red.
It's the methamphetamines I've been taking.
Should be the antihistamines you're taking.
I don't need medications for weak people. I am not weak.
Alright, fine. Well, I'm a weak one.
What else? The other thing that we've kind of switched to focus to, so in the beginning of this, my attitude was, I don't need a business plan, I don't need to worry about branding, we'll wing it and we'll figure it out on the way. Which was good, because it got us, I don't have any regrets in that, as far as like the content, how we focused on that over the printing. I don't have regrets with that. I don't have regrets with how we kind of just went on our own starting out, because there were valuable lessons that we learned there. But I think in order for us to move forward, I need to start taking this more serious as a business. So we've kind of been looking at more, I guess you could say, standard like business practices. So like we've been mapping out our message, exactly what we want to say, exactly how we want to say it, where we fall in the market, where our target audience is, how we stack up against competitors, where we need to be kind of hitting those strides at.
And what makes us different, what sets us apart from those other competitors too.
Exactly.
That's been a big focus, I feel like.
And ultimately what it does is it helps us understand the brand better, and it helps us understand, it forces us to be in the customer, your guys' shoes. Whether, and I consider all of you customers. I consider you, if you are watching, if you are taking time out of your day to watch us in this video right now, you are a customer, because you are paying with your time. Mm-hmm. So we need to figure out how we can give back in that way. So when we're looking at this brand, we haven't even really differentiated between paying customers who are buying T-shirts and our audience who's watching our content, engaging with us, taking it all in. It's all part of us. That's all part of the brand, and you're all family to us. So we've got to figure out how we can deliver our message best to you guys, and how we can deliver it to the world to kind of generate more people into this little funnel. And that's kind of what we've been doing. And it is very business heavy, very business related, which is why I haven't really shown any of it on any of the building of brands. I don't want to make it so dry and business boring for you guys. But if you would like to see something like that, please let us know. And I mean, we can incorporate some of it. We don't have to record the whole time that we sit down and figure out our positioning matrix or something like that. But we can go through the general steps.
I even was hesitant on, do I want to do this tonight? But the first time that you were like, hey, let's do this, because I didn't know what it was. And then sitting down and actually doing it was fairly, it was easier than I thought it was going to be. Mm-hmm. And then it also kind of helped me understand, where we want this to go and kind of understand, how
we get there.
How we want to be seen by customers, mm-hmm. not just, how we get you guys to buy things or anything like that, but how we want to interact with you guys on, a more personal level, too. So
we've been taking the whole brand strategy thing a little bit more serious than what we previously had. Mm-hmm. And I think it's good. I don't know if that's the way we have to go, but I know that's the way that we're going right now. And I know personally it's helping me, because what it helps me to do is try new things. Mm-hmm. So I don't like talking about things that aren't out yet, but one thing I think might be interesting for us to do is we're running some small tests, I guess you can call them, with Instagram, Facebook, stuff like that. And it may be cool for us to compile some of that data once we run these tests. And then maybe once a month we kind of talk about that. More heavy business related videos. That way I don't bore you guys with the minute details of which is better for posting on Instagram, what leads for more engagement. Posting more pictures, posting less pictures. And we're running a little A/B comparison tests like that right now. So maybe we can compile that, put together a little video at the end of the month kind of thing. But I don't want to do anything that's too hugely business intensive, unless that's what you guys want to see. I'm not really getting the vibe, but if that is what you want to see, please let us know.
I don't know.
I think that's about it.
We're going to practice printing tomorrow.
Yeah, we're going to do some gradient printing tomorrow. For those of you who don't know what a gradient is, it's when you use two inks, and where the two inks touch each other, it kind of blends and meshes the colors together. So if we do yellow and pink, it'll make it'll go from yellow kind of to orange to pink. Mm-hmm. So yeah, we're gonna play with that a little bit tomorrow. Just see what we're capable of doing, seeing what all's out there for us.
Yeah, part of getting more comfortable with,
trying new things,
calibrating everything. That's my new word.
Calibrating or everything?
Calibrating.
Oh.
Because you said it sounded official last night, so it's my new.
Yeah, what did you say that for? You said that for something.
Because I want before we actually run test prints, we need to have everything calibrated.
You wrote that. Oh yeah. Pro tip of the day. Get you one of these.
Huge calendar.
Giant calendars. This thing's cool. This is gonna be my lifesaver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When we mapped everything out, we thought it'd be helpful to have things visually in front of us. That way, because we basically give ourselves deadlines, but it's okay, everything that's all encompassed that should be done by this day should probably be done before that day, because if it's not, then we missed our deadline kind of thing. Mm-hmm. So we thought maybe, have it mapped out that way, and then we can add in, our little tweaks and changes and other things we need to make sure we're doing while we're focusing on those things. So
nailed it.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna go wrap up content for the night.
Alright, I'm gonna do what I can to help. Sure.
Shoo now. Alright, we're leaving.
Bye, Master Mershon.